NPP flag bearer, Dr. Masiopoku Prempe, NAPO. Ya bane se ensembia oka ne Sunday no. Ya biye ni emebi no moso. NAPO ka sembi ewo manifesto launch no Sunday no. Na ase ya twetwe ensembi nom edi aba. Ase connect ni emebi nom to John Kumah. Ase nra ye kan ho asem kakra. Na ye nua be ma bia bre me video bi. O se madam hwe video tie video ni ye. Na ube hu connection bi no mo wo baabi ampa. Me tie video no. Enne na menya madwene saka meso camera. Ba me tie video na me se we de mama memra kakra na ye Ghana fo. Yem PC ni emebi no together. Now let me be very clear. Let me put this disclaimer out. I am not here to accuse anybody say ono no kun John Kumah because me nim nipa okun John Kumah. Me nim nipa okun John Kumah. But ya titititi nsem wo NPP nim. Ye nim oheneba chairman wuntumi studio ho, radio ho, oheneba ebe ka nsem bebree bi. Na oheneba bekasa ye no. Amra John Kumah wu fufuro no. Now oheneba was pointing fingers at certain individuals in the MP. Fingers now oheneba be pointing ye no. Omo be pointing fingers at them no. Ne bi koma NAPO, Dr. Masiopoku Prempe. We didn't want to believe it. Yes, say NAPO de how say NAPO ebeye bibi sa. But Sunday no, enkomona NAPO di no wo MPP for na di na se no. Ayen na kakra. Enti me ba mebo video na ye nua be ma ne de bre me no. Na ma hwe se mo so the same thing na mo so modwen ana. Ye de ye accuse you obiao, but ye besre IGP Dampare. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Dampare. Ye bisa John Kumah investigations no. Aden among frere or heneba. Aden assembly yente se akokot. Who is investigating? Who is looking into it? Enti ya ba se John Kumah we usa keke. Or heneba abetna radio so akansem bebre. Is anybody going to investigate or heneba? Yet some more frere Captain Smart, more frere Captain Smart na akosi saying. Yanya update biya. Enti senke bena senka IGP bet me ama ye update kakra nke bebo yen. Even a ban international relations diplomacy ni adia NAPO approve actually yen say onye diplomatic. NAPO be cause a lot of problems edi ama oman Ghana because nano ehano. Moma yentie NAPO Sunday ye twe me Franco Wusu Bempa me chiao from Birmingham. And we are, I was going to say that we are going to try and be as unbiased as possible, as unjudgmental as possible, but we might not be able to because of the character na your friend in NAPO. Wa medi running mate na minimu dasa say na NAPO tie. I never knew say na NAPO tie until so be running mate. Mama me another video be Professor Nana Jane on an international platform. Maybe I bo and also now who the difference between NAPO as running mate and a Professor Nana Jane as running mate. Dear hina ebeboa Ghana internationally. Momientie NAPO.
Around them, I was woken up by the security guards of His Excellency the President and Adedan Kufuado way back in Bolga.
And Timpamocho mon noti o mame fa me paper. Mon noti once again. Ye decoding ye maybe no more ha. Ye de ye mo be ye decoding ye maybe no more ha. Once again, Northern Ghana. Yeah, so note that Northern Ghana, Bolga. Na posi Akufuado e friend, e me ye be friend ahimachi 2 a.m. Eba Bolga. Mamin come chine yenti e honi biem. Obi am pay attention.
2011. Around 2 a.m. I was woken up by the security guards of His Excellency the President and Adedan Kufuado way back in Bolga. When I went to see him, he was alone in the canteen of that famous hotel.
Once again, canteen, yeah, canteen.
We sat down to talk.
Juicy news on YouTube.
Obviously,
hot news all time.
He said some profound things to me that evening. He said, NAPO, Matthew Prempe, this party, you are the next generation. I'm going to give you some advice, pieces of advice this evening. And I hope you can stick to it. What were the advice or the pieces of advice? He said, my whole aim is to make sure when we get into government, we succeed ourselves. And I can only leave the party to one of three people. He proceeded to mention who he felt comfortable in 2011 to leave the party when he exits office. He's our second presidential candidate who is offering 8 years of competent leadership.
The President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Second Lady of the Republic, Hajia Samira Bawumia, the National Chairman of the New Patriotic Party.
Abusua etwaso NAPO ka se John Kumah wamo John Kumah di na His Excellency Akufo-Addo efre no ahomache ewa abom kopie mo baga yentin sama e transfer.
And all patriots gathered here this evening, I hope I can stand on existing protocols. I'm here briefly to link what we have done and give you a foretaste of what is to come. A link between the last of the titans, Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the future generation led by Dr. Bawumia. I hope this heroic task I'll be able to do. In 2011, around 2 a.m., I was woken up by the security guards of His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, way back in Bolga. When I went to see him, he was alone in the canteen of that famous hotel. We sat down to talk, obviously woken from sleep. And he said some profound things to me that evening. He said, NAPO, Matthew Prempe, this party, you are the next generation. I'm going to give you some advice, pieces of advice this evening. And I hope you can stick to it. What were the advice or the pieces of advice? He said, my whole aim is to make sure when we get into government, we succeed ourselves. And I can only leave the party to one of three people. He proceeded to mention who he felt comfortable in 2011 to leave the party when he exits office. He's our second presidential candidate who is offering 8 years of competent leadership. 8 years of delivery. I can say, without any corroborating, that 2 of the 3 are representing a candidate after him. That is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
He can confidently say 2 of the 3 people that President Akufo-Addo can say or the party ne ebeja wo are represented in the room. So the question is, where was the third person? Question 1, who is the third person and where is the third person? Pamucho mu follow. Yankupon eboyen or my nyansa and on the spirit of discernment. We can discern. Ye yusu ye human intellect. We can deduce. As samoba, you can you can deduce. Debia me ye video metaka asembi say enkwara wo book bi so ne ye wo book bi ye friend dot to dot. Obetumi a draw elephant. Yeah, me share there name drawing. Obetumi a draw elephant. But all the dots and now they be draw elephant no. All the dots. By the time a nipa enjoy the dots nina together area no. Na a forming the shape of an elephant. Ebi ne ye no wa ha area. Matthew Poku Prempe NAPO say President Freme wa Bolga, Northern Ghana, 2011. Now Akufo-Addo made the president. We lose 208. 2012 Babeba or Sabe Standibium. But otumi friend NAPO ahemachi. Yen say we asma ye ba yen so evil spirits and monsamufuo abayfuo omota operate ahemachi. The same way so wuni nipa ebe kansem now person etoni trimwa and also ahemachi is the best. The same way nyankopon abofo angels the good spirits na wo esoro no almost omo ye adwuma ahemachi enti ahemachi de eye warfare enti na posi akufo do friend ahemachi ka kire no wo bolga say ono nko ana no te canteen ho no friend na po no say party no debi maybe the president na se me wi
Ebisa for mo bibia kwa banfam bra to kini some blood person ebisa man ka say the hopes na doye asan so atwene tv mu aba bonte ne nsem bi aba betuja na nsem a hopes na doye kan nyina e kame akoye say in fact nyankopon ya adma 7 December ne de they say eye Alan for the chemate wa fa aba na hands down obisia obia ne mpre most especially ewo eye Ashanti Regions and Asa Santimante Masin didn't talk as and say was na no do hu say eye NPP for aba be pm ewo Ashanti Regions in abron be pm no o Jubilee Park on me utimi say in fact, now a camera is a crocodile the John. I say a been on moya the because school, Koran, Kwan, Cranky, and Kitty, Uncromunia, eating some bits my top and so maybe going